Welcome to Sunday School.
We hope you have a great time with us this morning.
Hello everyone and welcome to Sunday School. It is great to have you here with us. I hope you've been having an amazing time learning all about King David. We've been looking at him for several weeks now, and this will be our final story about him before we move on to Easter, as it is fast approaching, one of my most favourite times of the year. You'll see all of the spring flowers coming up soon, all of the chocolate filling the shelves at the supermarket, and we will be exploring the real story of Easter, why we celebrate it. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Today we are looking at King David. We're looking at his prayers to God and how he showed gratefulness, how he was grateful for God for all the things he did. And one of the things he wanted to do with his gratitude was to build something, which links to our game today. I have a puzzle builder for you to do. You'll see some pieces of a jigsaw, and there'll be 3 options for a piece to fit where there's a missing gap. And I want you to see if you can find the right piece to fit. It's a bit hard, it's a bit tricky. There's lots of them that you think might be able to fit, but there's only one that can fit. So let's see how you get on our puzzle challenge today. See what you can build me. How did you get on with the puzzles? Oh, that's fantastic. You guys are so good at these. You do really, really well. Now, as I mentioned before, our story today links to our game in that King David wanted to build something because of appreciation he had for God and his gratefulness, being thankful for the things that God had done for him. So we are going to look at this story and how he praises and prays to God.
Stories of the Bible. David's prayers. This is David.
Hey-o!
David was the second king of Israel.
Yeah!
He was a great warrior.
Oh!
He loved God with all of his heart, and he prayed to God often. David loved God so much that he wanted to give him a special house to live in.
Yeah, that's it.
But God told David that it wasn't his plan for David to build this house. Even so, David thanked God for all he had done for him. He praised God for the great God that he is. David wrote many psalms, which are prayers and songs to God that are in the Bible. In many of his psalms, David began by thanking and praising God. He thanked God for answering his prayers and giving him victory over his enemies. He thanked God for guiding him and showing him the right path to take. David thanked God for always being with him. Even when David was an old man, he thanked God in front of all the people of Israel for all that he had done. He said to the people, "Give praise to the Lord your God." David talked to God his whole life, and this is one reason why God said, "I have found a man after my own heart. He will do everything I want him to."
What an awesome story! King David is so thankful for all that God has done and the amazing things he's done in his life, the way that he's forgiven him and loved him and given him such amazing things. David is so thankful that he prays and praises and dances and sings to show how thankful he is to God. And you know, it got me thinking a little bit about how much there are amazing things in the world around us today. There's lots of different things that I might take for granted or not pay attention to. Things like the beautiful flowers and the nature around us, people being kind and caring towards us, our family and our friends. And it's amazing to think about all those things and be grateful for all the things that we have in our life. As a Christian, I'm especially grateful to God. I'm really thankful that he has come into the world, made such an amazing, beautiful place for us, that he loves me enough to be my friend all of the time, to be close to me, to look out for me, to encourage me. And I'm really, really grateful to God for that. And I bet if you thought about it, there are lots of things in your life that you're grateful for, that you're thankful for, that God has given to you. And I reckon I'll set you a challenge this week. If you can think of one thing each day this week that you're grateful for, just one thing. Could be something simple like the lunch you have, the food that's on your table or in your house at home, whether it's, I don't know, the activities that you get to do or the amazing things you see in the world around you. I want you to think of one thing each day and to try and share how grateful you are for that with someone in your life, whether that be a parent, an adult at home, whether your friends or your teachers. I want you to share one thing each day that you are grateful for, because there's so much that we can be thankful for. And I think we can be a bit like David just now, actually, and sing praises to God like we like to do, because he is amazing, big, awesome God. So, shall we sing together now? Let's do it.
Okay, everyone, so I hope you've got your instruments ready, whether you've found something that shakes, something that makes a big noise, something that makes a bang, or even something that makes a bit of a tune. But why don't you join in with this song? It's Our God is a Great Big God. And if you know the actions, you need to be doing them as big as possible. Okay. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and he holds us in his hands. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and he holds us in his hands. He's higher than a skyscraper, and he's deeper than a submarine. He's wider than the universe and beyond my wildest dreams. And he's known me and he's loved me since before the world began. How wonderful to be a part of God's amazing plan. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and he holds us in his hands. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and he holds us in his hands. He's higher than a skyscraper, and he's deeper than a submarine. He's wider than the universe and beyond my wildest dreams. And he's known me and he's loved me since before the world began. How wonderful to be a part of God's amazing plan. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and he holds us in his hands. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and he holds us in his hands. And he holds us in his hands. And he holds us in his hands. And he holds us in his hands.
That was some awesome singing, guys. I'm so grateful that I get to praise God with all of you. I'm so thankful that you come and watch our Sundays Cool each time we post about it. I hope you really, really enjoy it. And I hope to see you again really, really soon as me and Fran begin to unpack the real meaning of Easter and all the exciting things that that story has to tell us and what effect that can have on our lives. It's a roller coaster of a story with lots of high exciting things and some really, really sad parts too, but it is an amazing story. So I hope to see you again soon as we start to explore Easter. But bye for now.